What's going on, Exo community? Exo Stomp here, and today, people, we are back for season 10. I'm going to do the same thing that I did last season, which was every week I'll post my game, talk a little bit about it, talk about what I brought, and obviously we're starting off here by talking about my team. So this is going to be decently quick. I did want to let you guys know why I picked certain things. But our first pick, we were 12th pick, mind you, so this was last pick, so we got to pick twice every time. So I picked up Grimmsnarl, and I'll just talk about the next one as well since I picked them at the same time, and Bronzong. So reason why I picked up these two, I felt like they did decently well together. I did want a fairy and a steel type this turn because I felt like if I didn't take one now, when the draft came back to me, I would have to go with some silly stuff that I wasn't going to use or wasn't really happy using. And I did want to try Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl is pretty cool, being two really good types. It's really solid. Obviously, we dropped it down. It cannot use light screen. No, it can use light screen. It can't use light clay with, obviously, the combination. But I do think that the mon itself is really strong without it. It has Prankster with stuff like Bulk Up. It does have Nasty Play, I believe. It has Rest Talk. It has some really cool things that it can do. Priority Taunt. And yeah, I think it's a really cool mon. I will move my face, by the way, guys. I know you guys can't really see too much below me, obviously. So I will move myself, but for now we're going to keep myself here. But yeah, Bronzong. The reason why I picked up Bronzong, again, I wanted a steel type that I didn't use yet, and that was one of them. Bronzong always seems like a really good mon because it has Levitate, which is amazing. It's got Heat Proof, which is also amazing. Even Heavy Slam isn't bad in certain situations with it having Heavy Slam. But yeah, really solid mon, wanted to use it, and I thought that they worked together pretty well. As you can see from the type chart, it's pretty decent. They work pretty well together. So the next two mons that I technically got was Sirfetch'd and the next mon that I'll talk about. So I swapped out Sirfetch'd. I really didn't want to, but for the amount of points that I had to fix up my team somehow, so I had to drop it, sadly. But we did get Sawk. Sawk, again, this was Sirfetch'd, but Sawk is still one of my favorite fighting types, especially in low tier. It breaks holes in teams, okay? It is insane. It's a great knockoff user. It is probably the best mold breaker mon, especially because it has Earthquake. But yeah, one of the best fighting types in low tier, in my opinion, and also really fun to use. Inner Focus is really nice for like fake outs and stuff. So yeah, we picked up that, and we also picked up Scolipede. So again, basically this draft, since it's the end of Gen 8, this is a farewell Gen 8 basically draft. I wanted to pick up Scolipede because we're probably not going to be able to use it again unless they like nerf it somehow. I don't know, but for low tier wise, this thing is insane. Now we can't use Speed Boost. I know there's a lot of things that we can't use on the team that we picked up. There's another one later, but we'll talk about that. Scolipede's insane. Okay, has spikes and toxic spikes. Its speed is great with 112, right? Yeah, 112. It has Swords Dance. It has Aqua Tail. It has, you know, Mega Horn. Obviously, it's got Poison Jab, and Poison Point as an ability isn't a bad one. So if we are going to use it like as defensive mon with spikes and toxic spikes, that's a solid play. So I think Scolipede it was interesting, and I really wanted something with speed. We were going to take Swallow in this position. I was sniped a few rounds before it because I wanted to try Surfetch and Swallow together. Sadly, couldn't make it happen, but that's okay. I did want to try Scolipede as well. For the next Mon, let me just make sure I get everything correct here. What was my order? The next, oh right, okay. So the next two Mons that I picked up, I was pretty nervous because I was looking at my speed tiers, and as you can see right now, there's a pretty big gap, or at least there was a bigger gap when I had Surfetched over Sock. So I picked up Mudsdale at the time, but in Grace, I swapped it out with Rhyperior, and at the same time, I drafted Rotom Fan to have that 85 gap, but again, swapped that out for Rotom Mow. Main reason why we picked up Mow was because Rotom Mow itself is really strong. We wanted a really strong special attacker. We didn't have the best special attackers at this point. As you can see, we had no special attackers because I picked up Scolipede over the Swallow that wasn't there. So Rotom Mow was great. Rotom Fan works. It definitely does, but I wanted something else. Anyways, Rotom Mow and Rhyperior. So Rhyperior itself, great. Great defensively, also really good offensively. Okay, I mean, it has Reckless, but Solid Rock, it's probably the main one I'm going to be using. It can take practically any hit that isn't 4 times super effective and dish it back out. It has a lot of moves like Heat Crash and what was the other one? I think it has Heat Crash, Mega Horn. I think it has all elemental punches. Correct me if I'm wrong, obviously, but yeah, really solid Mon. Wanted to use it. Has Roar, which is pretty cool, but the next Mon was Rotom Mow. Rotom Mow. Again, I really just needed a special attacker. I also wanted a grass type, and Rotom Mow fit that bill, and there we have it. Then the next Mon, or next two Mons we picked up. Ooh, what was the order of it? Okay, I don't remember. For the life of me, I cannot remember the other Mon. But we'll just go in order. We'll just talk about what we picked up. So we have Glaceon as our 5-point Mon. And we also have Rapidash. So these two are great. Rapidash basically does the same thing as Scolipede, but it was a really good fire type. It was pretty fast. Helps out my speed tiers. Flame Body is nice if I want to go like a bulky Morning Sun version. Flash Fire is obviously really nice on this team because the team is not too fond of fire right now. And yeah, that's the main reason why I picked it up. It was the speed and it being a fire type. It was just perfect, and it's pretty low. Then we had 15 points left. I didn't draft this Pokemon before these two because, well, everyone else had water types or they didn't have enough points to pick up this Mon. So for 15 points, we have Blastoise. Blastoise, insanely good. Helps out my team tremendously. Obviously with that fire weakness that we talked about, really nice. Again, can't use Shell Smash, so we have a lot of things we can't use on this team. But other than that, I mean, this thing is great. Okay, guys. It has Aura Sphere, Dark Pulse. It has a lot of moves in its arsenal. Has Flip Turn. I love Flip Turning on water types. Really bulky. And we technically do have like Wish Passing and stuff with Glaceon. It's not the strongest, but it gets stuff done. The strongest Freeze Dry in the game, I believe. It ties with 130 special attack with Kyurem. So, yeah. It's as strong as Kyurem, guys. You better watch out. But, yeah, let me move my face real quick. If I could find myself. There it is. Yeah, so as you guys can see, pretty decent. The main thing that I am kind of stressing over is the fighting weakness. Obviously, my fairy type is part dark, and my psychic type is part steel. So, Scoliped's the only thing that resists it. Blastoise can probably take a hit. Maybe Rotom if I make it defensive. So it's kind of iffy, but all in all, I think the team is really, really strong. I will be swapping around my team, I'm pretty sure, before week 2. But for week 1, this is the team that you'll see. We'll talk about the week 2 team either during week 2 or during my... Well, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, this is going to be my team for week 1 at least. And I can't wait to use some of these mons. But yeah, guys, I will see you guys next time. Peace.